13th of December 1941. European and British subjects secretly evacuate Penang Island, leaving unarmed local civilians to face the wrath of the Japanese Air Force alone.
The British had left, and there was only Penang people were facing, a crisis, because there were a lot of buildings already destroyed. People were homeless. There were dead bodies on the street.
Nobody informed the Japanese that Penang was an open city. The British had evacuated, and there was no government prevailing. Nothing at all.
Japanese were still bombing Penang.
And people were worried that are they going to come in and kill more people or not?
With the aerial destruction pushing Penang closer to the brink of anarchy, a local news editor, Manikasoti Saravanamutu, steps forward to try and regain law and order in the island's main city, Georgetown.
People just call him Uncle Sarah. He came from Ceylon, where he came from a very good family with had a good education, played a lot of cricket, and he started working in Penang in 1930 as a sub-editor for Straits Echo.
Uncle Sarah knew my family very well. He was my father's friend. We are all from Sri Lanka. So knowing me, he could trust me. So he made me his personal bodyguard, and wherever he went, I went along with him.
Uncle Sarah organized the Penang Service Committee.
This ad hoc committee to sort of administer or to save the island. And they also were instrumental in the surrender of the island to the Japanese.
The committee's first agenda is simple, but immediate.
Saravanamutu, I think we should take down the Union Jack.
No, why me? Shouldn't that be the task of the Japanese when they come? No, this is everybody's volunteers, not me alone. No, I'm sorry.
There was discussion there amongst the members that the white flag should be raised and Union Jack brought down.
Worried committee members believe the British flag will be seen as a sign of defiance, a last man stand against the Japanese rulers. The reality is completely the opposite.
Japanese were actually not aware of the real situation at the time.
With the Japanese Mitsubishi A6M0 fighters continuing to demolish the city further, Uncle Sarah's task of hauling down the flag gets even more hazardous.
The committee, I think, all were in full agreement. Nobody undertook to do it.
Very well. Would any one of you accompany me to the fort? Anybody?
So, Uncle Sarah undertook to do it. He took along with him his sub-editor, a chap called Ratnam, and myself. And we drove right in the morning, right to the esplanade, passing in a lot of dead bodies and stench and smoke, and it was an awful sight.
So Uncle Sarah had to make sure that the Union Jack, was taken down from Padang Kota or from Fort Cornwallis.
It was really, we never knew what was going to happen. It was dangerous. Bombing could take place any time, machine gun could take anything. But we took the risk. Nothing had to be done, we do it.
And they had to kind of like struggle with it because they thought that they would just pull it and it would easily come down.
And then Ratnam had to climb up the pole and undo the flag. The flag was fixed to the top of the pole, under the flag. And the white sheet was put in its place.
And Uncle Sarah said that, it was such an irony that we as British subjects have to take down the Union Jack.
Despite the lowering of the Union Jack, the Japanese continue to sporadically bomb the city. But Saravanamutu keeps pushing forward in his efforts to restore stability in Georgetown. He pulls together a makeshift police force to stop the looting.
I joined the E Company, so volunteers from E Company went there and guarded that place to prevent looting. They were stationed in Burma Road and Twangin Road, all places just outside the bombing area, prevent further looting. A lot of looting was taking place. People were just carrying away all kinds of loot. So we could have different sections covering different parts of the town to control the looting. And it really did control the looting. People were a little scared after that.
Desperate to get hold of the Japanese, Saravanamuttu heads to 50 Perak Road, home of Penang's now empty broadcasting station. His purpose? To convince the Japanese that the British have left.
This is Penang calling. Penang calling, the Japanese headquarters in North Malaya. The British has left Penang. I repeat, the British has left. Please refrain from bombing Penang.
When the Japanese arrived, they were all billeted in the Chinese convent, Dr. Kramat Road. And Agasara spoke to the commander, the Japanese commander, peace, you come here in peace, please give us peace. Penang, we've gone through a very hard time, very bad time, so please, see that your troops are under control and no, nothing molesting taking place or stealing taking place or whatever.
But Saravanamuttu's good intentions are not welcomed by the Japanese army, and he is immediately imprisoned.
I think about 3 officers or so drive up to the doctor's house and ask Agasara to come out, and they took him away like that.
Well, he had to make a lot of sacrifice because when the Japanese landed, the first thing they did was, arrest him and say, you must be working for the British. But what is worse is that not only he suffered under the Japanese, but when the British came back, they thought that he was working for the Japanese, because there was a rumor that he was a governor appointed by the Japanese.
On the 19th of December 1941, with Saravanamuttu's heroic efforts seemingly in vain, the Japanese occupation of Penang begins, along with a secret agenda that will later cost hundreds of lives. And, as the Japanese seize the entire island, the British General Headquarters in Singapore announced to the press that there is nothing to report.